At first, my son didn't agree at all, but I did such a trick that he couldn't stop doing it. And now every day my son makes me hoarse and sometimes even standing in the bathroom. Come on, guys, let's start from the beginning. And let me tell you guys my whole story, guys. My name is Nora and I'm from Austin, Texas. This story is about me and my son. I was married at a very young age. My husband, whose name is Cameron. Yes, I am 11 years older than him. My son's name is Tony. Now I am 35 years old. Husband is 46 years old and son is 20 years old. One day I read the story of mother and son and thought, what? Is this even possible? If that happens, I can get it at home. Nothing happens to my husband. Anyway, he is old and his work is cut off within minutes of coming to me. Why don't I make my son mine? From that day, I started thinking about how to prepare my son. I thought a lot about this plan and finally started to follow the ideas given in it after reading the story of mother and son. It would be best after a few days I picked it. And next day when my husband went to office, I took off my saree and put on a nightie dress and I was sitting in the hall giving him tea. Day bent down so that she could see me well. As he looked inside the nightie, he stared at me for a while. I also showed him my dress. Then when I asked him what he was looking at, he got a bit nervous and started drinking tea. As I turned around to go inside, she saw my nightie from behind. She sat there for a while and started doing some work and then went inside. Then I slowly started looking at my son to see what he was doing now. I thought he would never be ready like that. Maybe he was afraid to do all this with me. Then I thought something and went to the market. That day my luck was also with me. Your papa had to stop because of office work. I said to his son that your father is not there. So come sleep with me. He looked at me and said, okay. Before going to bed at night, I gave him a pill mixed with milk. After that, we both went to sleep. I lit the small bulb in my room and we both went to sleep. My son lay down with his eyes closed. I opened my eyes slightly and saw that my son was trying to sleep, but he was not getting sleep. Maybe the effect of the pill had started on him. That's why he was getting restless after some time. I saw. As he stood up and looked at me, a few moments later, he went into the bathroom and I followed him. Then I saw that he had not closed the bathroom door. Then I opened the door a little and saw that he was shaking her hand. I was lost in his dreams that today would be fun, but I didn't remember that I was standing outside his bathroom and he could come at any moment. As soon as I realized this, I immediately pulled myself together and peered back inside. After thinking about something, I quickly entered the bathroom. He was scared to see me coming, but because of the pill, his water was not going to come out quickly. He was afraid of what he was going to do and said, "Nothing, Mom. I was in pain. I am a bit worried." I said to her, "Hey, why didn't you wake me up? Come to the room and show me where it is hurting." We both came to the room. I said to her, "Take off her pajama." She started refusing. I grabbed the pant and pulled it down, and then as soon as I took off her underwear, she suddenly felt it on my nose and it was very tight on my nose. He went back, he passed and I caught him. What should I tell you all? What was my state at that time that I had caught such a big one for the first time in my life? What was the pleasure of my son? My son also started enjoying. He closed his eyes and started enjoying. He told me, "Mother, this is wrong." I said, "Nothing is wrong, so come here quickly." He didn't agree. I held him and said, "Do what I said quietly. Otherwise, I will tell your papa that he sees me every day in the bathroom." He said, "When did I do this?" Then I said, "Yours." Little does papa know what you've done or not. He'll listen to me. Now speak. Well, I'll say, won't you? Anyway, you need a woman now because you're standing, he thought. He said, "Come on, I will do everything." So what then, friends? Nothing came to him, but I told him that no problem. I am your mother, son. I taught him everything. And after that, everything happened between us that happens in husband and wife. And now again, this is what we do every day. But one day something happened that my condition suddenly worsened and I was advised to rest. Cameron was out of town for work at the time, and Tony was responsible for the household. When the doctor advised me to rest, I was a little worried because all the housework was on me. But Tony said with great love and confidence, "Don't worry, Mom. Until you're all right, I'm all right. I'll handle it." I felt a little relieved to hear this, but I had a question in my heart. Will he really be able to do all the work? On the first day, when I opened my eyes in the morning, I saw that Tony had made tea for me. I was surprised to see this. Holding the cup of tea in my hand, he said, "Mom, this is your special tea." I smiled and started drinking tea. I began to think that Tony had decided to do the housework without me. After tea, he went to the kitchen and started preparing breakfast. He was slowly trying his hands in the kitchen. I could feel how attentively he listened to my every word, every prescription. After some time, she prepared my breakfast. After breakfast, I saw her cleaning the dishes. There was no weariness or irritation on his face. Seeing his hard work and dedication brought tears to my eyes. The next day, too, Tony came to me early in the morning after making tea and told me to sit comfortably. He started cleaning the whole house by himself. Watching him sweep the broom reminded me of my old days, when I used to teach him small chores as a child. Now he was grown up and used to do housework all day long. Tony also took care of vegetables, learned how to make lentils and rice. And slowly his cooked lentils started to taste like the ones I made every day. When she fried the vegetable, I wanted to help her, but she said, "Mom, you relax. I will take care of everything." On the third day, I was feeling very tired, but Tony got up early, took care of me, and then got busy with the housework. In the evening, she cleaned the dishes and said to me, "Mom, now I understand how hard housework is." Hearing her words, I smiled and kissed her forehead lovingly. Tony did everything from cleaning the house to cooking and doing laundry. He tried to do everything like me. In his endeavors, I saw his wisdom and dedication. Seeing this, the relationship between me and him became stronger. I felt very proud to see his hard work and sincerity. This story is not just about household chores for me, but also about the love and care of my son, who always supported me during these difficult times. Tony's hard work not only made him a better person, but also made me feel like a true mother who feels protected by the love and care of her as one dot. Today, I share my story, which was a reflection of the close relationship between me and my son. This story taught not only me, but also my son a new way of thinking and responsibility. I hope you enjoyed this story and learned something new from it. If you like stories like this and want to hear more, please subscribe.